Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss.
Welcome to our mathematics class. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Igusti Agung Ayu Rai Angelita Utami. You can call me Miss Angelita. I will be your teacher for this class. Now, since today is our first day, I would like to get to know you too. Let's start with you. What is your name?
My name is Dewapto Agustia Permana Putra. You can call me Agustia, and I am the class leader here. How are you today, Miss?
I'm very well, thank you, Agustia. Before we start today's lesson, let's pray first so that everything goes smoothly. Agustia, could you please lead the prayer today?
Yes, Miss. Friend, before we begin our lesson, let's pray together. Pray begin. Pray finish.
Thank you, Agustia. Now, please look at the screen. Today, we are going to learn a new topic, limit and limit of function. Are you ready to learn, Agustia?
Yes, Miss. I'm ready.
Alright, everyone, please look at the screen. Before we begin today's lesson, I would like to share our learning objective with you. This objective will help you understand what are you expected to learn by the end of today's lesson. There are four learning objectives for today. First, you should be able to describe the concept of limits. Second, you should be able to explain the limit of a function. Third, you will learn how to calculate simple limits of function. And finally, you should be able to apply the concept of limit to solve basic mathematical problems. I hope this learning objective will help you stay focused throughout today's lesson. Are you ready to begin, Agustia?
Yes, Miss. I'm ready.
Now, let's look at the next slide and answer an important question. What is a limit? As you can see on the screen, a limit is the value that a function approaches when the input approaches a certain number. In simple word, the word approaches means getting closer and closer to a value. It does not always mean that the function reaches that value. Now, please look at the formula on the screen. Mathematically, we write it as limit x approaches a of fx equal L. This one, we read this expression as the limit of fx as x approaches a equals L. Here, x is the input that gets closer to a, and L is the value that the function approaches. This is the basic idea of limit in the mathematics. To help you understand better, let's look at the next slide. Here, we have an example with the function fx equals x plus 2. We want to find out what happens to the function when x approaches 3. Mathematically, we write this as limit x approaches 3 of x plus 2. Now, look at the table on the screen. Let's see what happens if we choose numbers that are very close to 3 from both sides, smaller than 3 and greater than 3. When x is 2.9 and get closer to 2.99, the value of fx move from 4.9 to 4.99. On the other side, when x is 2.9 and get closer to 2.99, the value of fx move from 4.9 to 4.99. On the other side, when x decreases from 3.1 to 3.01, the value of fx move from 5.1 to 5.01. As you can see from both sides, the value of fx are getting closer and closer to 5. Therefore, we can conclude that limit x approaches 3 of x plus 2 equals 5. This one. Now, we are going to talk about a very important rule about the limit of a function. As written on the screen, a function has a limit if the values of the function approach the same numbers from both sides. This means if you approach a certain point from the left side and from the right side, the output values must head towards the exact same numbers L. If the left side goes to one number but the right side goes to different numbers, then we say the limit does not exist. Look at the formula again. Limit x approaches a of fx equal L. This one. This formula is only true when both sides agree on the same value L. Now, let's look at the next slide. We are going to learn about left hand and right hand limit, or what we usually call one-side limit. On the left side, we have the left hand limit. Notice the small minus sign in limit x approaches a from the left. This one. This means x approaches a from the left side using values that are slightly smaller than a. On the right side, we have the right hand limit. Notice the small plus sign in limit x approaches a from the right. This one. This means x approaches a from the right side, using values that are slightly greater than a. Now, look at the important condition below. If the left hand limit equals the right hand limits, then the general limit exists. So, a limit only exists if both sides approach the same value. Now, let's practice how to calculate a limit with an algebraic example. Please look at the screen. The question asks us to find the limit of x squared plus 1 as x approaches 2. Since fx equals x squared plus 1 is a polynomial function, it is continuous everywhere. This means we can find the limit by using the direct substitution method. To find the limit, we can directly substitute the value 2 into the variable x. So, x squared plus 1 becomes 2 squared plus 1. We know that 2 squared is 4, and then we add 1. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Therefore, the limit of x squared plus 1 as x approaches 2 is 5. Now, let's look at the next slide to understand a very important case. When does a limit not exist? On the screen, we have an example of a piecewise function, f(x). The function behaves differently depending on the value of x. For all values of x less than 0, the output is always 1. But for all values of x greater than or equals to 0, the output is 2. Now, let's evaluate the limit as x approaches 0. If we look at the left-hand limit, meaning x approaches 0 from the negative side or x less than 0, the function value is always 1. On the other hand, if we look at the right-hand limit, meaning x approaches 0 from the positive side or x greater than or equal to 0, the function value is always 2. Because the left-hand limit is 1 and the right-hand limit is 2, they approach two different numbers. They not they do not meet at the same value. Therefore, we can conclude that the general limit x approaches 0 of f(x), does not exist. To close our discussion on limits, let's look at this slide. We will see why limits are important in real-world application. Limits are the foundation of calculus, especially derivative and integral. In derivative, limits are used to find the instantaneous rate of change, such as the exact velocity of a moving object at a specific moment. In integral, limit help us find the exact area under a curve using infinitely many very small rectangles, known as Riemann sum. Beyond mathematics, limits are widely used in physics, engineering, and economics to study motion, the sense structure, and analyze trend. Alright everyone, to check how well you understand the topic we have just discussed, it is quiz time. Here is the question. Please find the value of the following limit. The limit of 4x minus 15 as x approaches 7. Would anyone like to answer?
Yes, miss. I want to try answering. Since this is a linear function, we can use direct substitution. We substitute x equals 7 into 4x minus 15, which give us 4 times 7 minus 15. That becomes 28 minus 15, so the final answer is 13.
Excellent, Agustia. Let's check the solution on the next slide. First, we substitute x equals 7 to get 28 minus 15, and then calculation give us exactly 13. Therefore, the value of the limit is indeed 13. So your answer is correct, Agustia. Before we wrap up our lesson today, let's look at the final slide to review the summary of limit and limit of function. First, remember that a limit shows the value that a function approaches as x get closer to a certain number. Second, A limit can often be found using direct substitution when the function is continuous. Third, keep in mind that the left-hand limit and the right-hand limit must be equal for the limit to exist. Finally, limits are an important concept for understanding calculus and analyzing function in many fields. Excellent work today, everyone. You have learned about the definition of limit, how to find limit using direct substitution and factorization, one-side limit, and limit at infinity. I hope today's lesson help you understand limit of function better. Before we end our lesson, does anyone have any question?
No, miss, everything is clear. Thank you for today's lesson.
You're welcome, Augustia. Thank you everyone for your participation today. Now, before we finish our class, I would like to ask the class leader to lead us in prayer.
Yes, miss, attention please. Before we finish our class, let's pray together. Pray begin. Pray finish.
Thank you, Augustia. Have a great day, everyone. Stay healthy, keep learning, and see you in our next lesson. Goodbye.